Welcome back. Auckland's Alloy Yachts have just confirmed another order for a new super yacht, one of 3 it's working on for overseas buyers. Alloy has 300 employees. In fact, it employs more people than the paper mill in Kawerau. So it's more good news for the marine industry, which employs over 10,000 people and brings in export earnings of almost $1 billion. Natasha Smith visited Circa Marine and Industrial in Whangarei and found it facing a rare dilemma in today's economic climate. It can't find enough staff to keep up with its orders.
In an unassuming shed in Whangarei, these boat builders are preparing their next multi-million-dollar export. This computer-controlled plasma cutter is shaping an enormous 97-foot boat for a customer in Europe. To meet the demand from Europe and America, Circa is expanding its main building and employing more staff. And project manager Paul Wilson says business is good.
At the moment we have 4 64-foot vessels under construction. We've just begun the construction of a 97-foot vessel. This takes us out for around 2 years, plus we've got another 2 vessels nearing contract signing. We're looking at 3+ years of forward workload.
84 highly skilled staff will craft these boats into perfect condition for their clients. Their work goes far beyond usual marine safety standards. These aluminium boats can right themselves if they capsize. They're designed by a well-known American who scoured the world to find boat builders who could meet his high standards. We may not be able to compete with the world on price, but we can manufacture quality, high-end products. Quite simply, as long as we have the skills, the world like our boats. The marine industry in New Zealand has long been one of our most successful manufacturing sectors, with exports worth more than $600 million a year and employing nearly 8,000 people. But at Circa, finding skilled staff to do the work is the biggest challenge.
I guess the glitz and glamour of offshore, the big money that's offered offshore is a real difficulty. What we're finding though is it's people that want to have a family life that are the ones that are staying or the ones that are returning. And the other people are exactly the people we want to capture. Without those skilled staff in a settled lifestyle, we can't train young people.
Around 10% of Circa's staff are migrants, and the company's now looking to get more skilled workers in from South Africa and the Philippines as its business expands. It's also investing in young locals like 22-year-old Ethan Cross, one of 8 apprentices here, who left school early and has almost finished his 4-year course.
Yeah, I've always wanted to work with my hands, so I left school and went straight to Polytech, and then just came to Circa and they employed me. Instead of sitting around doing nothing, got up and went to Polytech. Sitting down and getting into it was a difficult part, and you know, all your notes are there, everything's there in front of you, you just have to concentrate and do it.
Paul Wilson says the company's done well because it's focused on a high-end market. Circa used to build manufacturing equipment trying to compete with low-cost economies like Taiwan, but it realised it had to change and focused on building boats.
We don't want to try and compete on price. We can't do that. We're not a mass producer, we're a quality builder. We have mottos whereby we don't price quality in, we build quality in. And everything that we do, right down, all of the guys understand that if they build quality, then it's ensuring their success, their long-term employment.
Paul Wilson says the high dollar hasn't really affected this business. While 95% of the boats are made here in New Zealand, the company buys some of its components from America.
Fluctuations can affect us, however we've positioned ourselves to the point where we buy components in American dollars and we actually sell the boats in New Zealand dollars. It works well.
And Circa's focus is to become a world leader in its specialty.
We need to be leaders. We don't want to be followers. We need to build relationships with designers and ensure that where we're working is actually in the global market, not just cornering ourselves off in little old New Zealand.